Across the line. Behind them should be the Lotus Renault Europa. It is indeed of Steve Kimpton. And he is now on track for his second run. Didn't get quite the start he wanted though, that's for sure. And you've got to work on that. You've got to get everything pin perfect here. If you're not pin perfect on every centimeter of this course, you will not be able to do an average lap of, or an average run of about 190 k's an hour, which of course is the current record held by Andre Besaidnout in his F1 Gould car, which we will see in action tomorrow and Sunday. Today, he is playing in a slightly different version. It's also a purpose-built hill climb car, but it's the Lola Cosworth T460 that Besaidnout is piloting today. Big American muscle standing by and about to make its way onto the track. That is Craig Wessels in the Pontiac GTO. And the 1968 V8 makes its way on track. I don't know if we've got Peter Gale here. He hasn't made his way out into the circuit just yet in the Marcus GT3000. And we'll just double check that when we get into free practice 3. If he's not there by then we'll get confirmation that he's not going to be making it out. But he didn't make it out for his first run in the 59 car. And Gale in the Marcus Ford might have had an issue. Chris Champion should be the next one up in the MG Rover. Ever so slightly, you've got that meter and a half to play with to get the car back up and going and get going. And I've seen it on a few occasions today. One prime example, of course, is the man who sat in third place overall, Willie Hepburn, with a 44.799. He was third after qualifying 2, and he put brand new rubber on the car. So as soon as he kicked it in, it actually gave him a false sense of security, and he didn't realize that if he actually just dropped the clutch and went, the grip was there. Having not had new rubber on, it caught him out slightly. Yeah. So just, you got to think about it. It affected him slightly. So that 44 to 43 could have been a difference between himself and Andre Besaidnout's second place.
Interesting. Here's Steve Kimpton in that beautifully turned out Lotus. I love these racing colours. They are gorgeous looking. And Kimpton is also, that looks like he's attached a camera there to it as well. And
I think we've got an issue though, having a look at one of the vehicles heading up there. Yes, definitely a problem up on the track somewhere. I don't know if our cameras will pick up on that action a little bit further up the field. So let's see whether or not there is an issue. We don't see anything on our camera, so it might be just out of shot. An issue on one of the cars. Looking at Steve Kimpton's Lotus, exactly as you said. Yellow wheels on that car, the yellow stripe down the middle with the Lotus green. And there you can see exactly what that Lotus is all about. They're going to pull him just to the sideline and off the start line.
It's the colours that I think of as a kid. Those are Graham Hill colours. In my mind, those are Graham Hill
there
colours. So it's just one of those things. So yeah, Kimpton has definitely got himself a problem of some sort there. And the rest of the crew will start coming through here and filtering by. Because now, of course, the problem is if you've got this kind of a problem right at the start line, 4 or 5 deep, they've lined up behind you, ready to go, and that you've got to wait your turn now to try and roll back to the pits, if at all possible.
Well, the one grace he has is that he doesn't have to run tyre warmers on those road-going tyres because they've got a little bit extra grip. He's one of the cars that possibly doesn't have any tyre warmers, including the 2 cars behind him, the MGB GT Rover and that little Mini. So I don't think they're going to be too concerned about having to wait on the sideline, but there is certainly an issue somewhere on track because one of the course vehicles made its way to the top end of the circuit to see. We haven't quite picked up on what that issue is. If it is any issues, it could possibly be with Craig Wessels in that Pontiac GTO because Andrea Linker, Gary, Aaron, and Gavin Rook have all crossed, but we haven't got a time yet out of Craig Wessels in that big American muscle machine.
I think that may be it, and just for interest sake, let's update you on the timing at the moment. So Gavin Rook nailed down a 53.179, and Van Schaick gave it as good as he got because he was just a little bit more than a second behind, 54.212, and then Gary Burnt with 65.02, and Andrea Linker, I think she abandoned her run because she crossed the line in 2 minutes and 6 seconds, so there's no doubt she may also actually have some sort of a problem up at the top there, and they're trying to clear the road.
Well, I'm just watching some of the feed coming out of ILEB. Gary van der Spey is in our studio as well. You think so? Yeah, there's definitely stuff happening. That is for sure. Arnie's just jumped out of studio. He's gone down to get some official results for us and also just to sign in. He hasn't quite signed in as an official media yet, so he's just gone down there to bring us up to speed as to what's happening with, of course, qualifying 2. We're in the thick of qualifying 3 now after a few little incidents on the hill that to be sorted out. Nothing majors, just getting things all sorted out and getting the track completely clear. We do not want any interference on the circuit at all, and that's why the COC made a call very quickly to get it all sorted out. So on track at this stage, we continue with qualifying 3. Chris Champion, Steve Kimpton, Chris van der Walt, and Ashley Bowd out there now in their vehicles. And of course, Champion is in that MG Rover, the Sebring coloured machine. That's the yellow bumpers and light metallic green car on the top of your screen. The Lotus 23 is on the bottom of your screen as we go back to the start line and pick up on the Alpha